Okay, come on. Give credit to zero to India. I think I read that. Yeah, no, who was it that took it from India? Yeah, I forgot. I read about this a long time ago. I forgot, but India had a major role in it. Even if they weren't. Okay, here's the thing: is the interesting thing is the way I remember it went from China to India, and then to Arabia. The whole zero thing. Okay, people are so obsessed with like who was the first person, but in the every single person that took it added a lot to it. Like we're as human beings, we're so upset with so obsessed with first. You see how people comment first in the comment section of YouTube, first, that maybe you were not the first, but you improved it so much, right? So like, you know, so whoever the Indians took the idea of zero from, obviously they did a lot more with it than the whoever came up with it first, right? They did a lot more with it. And then the Arabs who took it from Indians, they created algebra, like they did so much more with it. And like everybody who took it from the next person, it's not like they took it and just were like, oh, now everything you know and all the knowledge that you have is all from these people, right? Like, for example, you know, when you say like, oh, the Renaissance happened because of the Arabs translated the ancient Greek philosophers, and that's why, you know, the Renaissance is 100% because of Arabs. No, it's the Arabs translation process and all that deserves a lot of credit, but the people in Europe that did the Renaissance, they didn't just like take that ideas and did nothing with it. They added a whole bunch of stuff to it, right? So this obsession with who was first, I think it's unjustified, because usually the people who take an idea, you know, they add so much to it that they deserve credit for adding for all those additions. So even if you think like, even if you look at India and say like, okay, there was like maybe the concept of zero was predates the thinkers of India, right? Yeah, but like they just didn't like, oh, here's the idea of zero, and then like just look at it for 100 years. You know, they did a lot of stuff with it. Oh yeah, I was right. The current symbol of zero did come from China. I remembered this correctly then. And the first person who used zero is okay. So the current symbol of I can't speak. The current symbol of zero came from China, and the first person who used zero as a number in equation was I'm not even going to try that name. He came way after. Guys, okay. So the concept and the symbol are two different things. It doesn't matter who was first. Even if like it was the first, it wasn't us. Okay, so do you think I would be able to come here brag about it if the first person that came up with the idea of zero was Persian? Who gives a crap? Who gives a flying fuck? Oh, I shouldn't swear. Nobody should care. Okay, we should care about the history of it, because the history of it teaches us something about how human minds work. We shouldn't care about. None of this matters. Like, this is like, who's keeping the score of like the people with my ethnicity did this and came up with this? First of all, there's two things that is completely irrelevant here, right? The idea of who was it first and is being highlighted and valued a lot more than all the people that added to it. Okay, and this obsession with who was first relative to all the valuable information that was added and the ways that something was used and improved later, this obsession with who was first is very unhealthy and not very useful. And also this obsession with which ethnic group of people and did this as a way to, I mean, that is valuable because we can see what cultures lead to what. But if you're trying to have like a scoreboard of what people who happen to be my ethnicity came up with compared to what other people's ethnicity, then like, get out of here. Like, okay, fine. Like, you have so little sense of self-worth that you have to go look up to see what your ancestors thousands of years ago did so that you can feel somewhat worthy. Like, that's where you go find self-worth, like, with actions of people that have nothing to do with you, that were not you, that's where you go find relevancy and importance. That's your source. I mean, that's pathetic. Okay, if you're like I'm Persian and Persian people did this, you're being pathetic. Okay, like if I'm race B and race B people did this, you're being pathetic. You're being pathetic. Did somebody just call me on Facebook?
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Callie, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below. Because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our blasphemous art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe, link in the description below.